Hey everyone, today we're going to learn about team projects in Closed Caption Creator and how you can work collaboratively to create closed captioning and subtitles much faster using a team of people instead of just doing it all yourself. So without further ado, let's jump in. So the way team projects work is essentially you have a team lead or a project owner and you have your collaborators. So you have people who are also working on the project with you. Today, I don't have anybody else, it's just me. So instead what I have is multiple tabs open in Chrome running Closed Caption Creator Web in order to simulate that for you. So let's start with the team lead and run through that workflow first. So what the team lead's gonna do is they're gonna come in here, create a new project, and the first thing they're gonna make sure is that the project type is set to team. Normally by default, it's set to default. Now we want it set to team. And then we'll come down here and we'll say project name, we'll say team project example, and we'll select our media. Now, what I'm gonna do next is I'm gonna create my project, and what's actually gonna happen is it's gonna sync that project into the cloud and create a copy of that project that I can now share with other people on my team. Before I do that, however, I'm gonna want to prep the project and make sure it's correct for them, right? So that make sure that the project that they pull down, they know exactly what they need to do. So if I hit play here, you can see I have my waveform built here. And I'm going to basically import a transcript that I've created before this using the automatic transcription process. So I'll do AI transcript import, and I created it this week, or this month, last week. And I will import that in as subtitles. There you go. And what I'll do is I'll remove this first group here. Awesome. I'm going to rename this just really quickly. I'm just going to call this the original transcription. So that way it's clear to anybody else working on the project what that event group is there for, right? So now you'll notice I have my event group with my events, and down on the timeline here you can see those events are populated as well. So those are all kind of here. So at this point, I've set up the project. So if I wanted to, I could share this out. But before I even do that, what I'm going to do is I'm going to break this up into pieces for the different people on my team. So I'm going to create an event group for my friend David. And I create another event group for my friend Kate. And then from the original transcript, I'm going to take the first 3 events. I'm going to copy these and move those over to David's event group. And I'll delete this first event here because we don't need that. And I'll come down here and I'll copy the last 3 events and I'll copy those into Kate's event group. And I'll delete that event. Now I have 3 event groups here, and I have 2 event groups for people to work on. And what I can do now is I can come up to Teams and I can sync my work so that way it saves my changes, and I can now share that project out with the other people on my team. So what I'll do here is I'll jump over to this tab here, and this is meant to represent a collaborative worker. So what they're going to do is they're going to come up to, instead of creating their own project, they're actually going to move over to team project and put in the project code and hit import. And they'll also have to select the video file, no problem. And you'll notice when they import that project, they have all the exact same work that I have. Right? So you notice I have the original transcript, I have an event group for David and an event group for Kate. If I jump over to the second person, I have the original transcript, the event group for David, and the event group for Kate. And now what I can do, if I'm David, I can now start working on this event group. So what brings you to the land of the gatekeeper? So now I can make changes as I need to. I can combine those together. I can make changes to the way these look. Whoops. And then when I'm done and I'm happy with this, maybe I need to change some of the timing or whatnot, I can now sync my changes back to the cloud. Now, next, if I was Kate, let's say I am Kate, I can actually duplicate this tab again, and I'll do the same thing. I'll drop the same project code in. And what I'm going to have now is I'm going to have the original work. Let me import this media first. So what I'm going to have now is I'm going to have the original work from the original transcription. I'm going to have David's work and his changes. And then now it's my job to go through and make my changes here. So I'll come in here. Maybe I'll do the exact same thing. I'll just realign some of the stuff. I might need to move things to the top of the screen so I can go from the bottom. I can say I want that to be at the top. And now I'm done my work. So as Kate, I'll sync my changes back to the original project. Great. And now once David and Kate are finished their work, I can come back to the original project, being the original project owner. I now see what they've done, or they haven't, sorry, I can now see the original, and what I'll do is I'll sync my project to pull their changes down. And now I get all their new work, which is awesome. So you can see here, I have all their different changes. And now in order to create the final event group, what I can do is I can merge all of this work together. So to merge, I basically click the 3 ellipses here and I go merge. And I say this is going to be the final master version. It's a subtitle group, and I can select David and Kate's work, merge those together, and now I have subtitles from David and Kate in a final master version. So I started with the original transcription. I created event groups for David and Kate. I then shared my project out to them. They did their work. They synced their changes back. And then I was able to pull down their changes, again, using the sync option, and then merge their event groups together in order to create a final master. Now this works for groups of 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It doesn't matter how many team members you have working on the project at one time. You can have multiple people working on it and doing the same work. Once you're done, as the team lead, it's my responsibility to do the export. So I can export a subtitle file here, save that, and then I have all my work, as you can see. Hopefully that answers a lot of your questions about team projects in Closed Caption Creator. If you have any other questions, please feel free to comment on the video. Otherwise, you can contact us using the support form on our website at www.closedcaptioncreator.com. Thanks so much.